Welcome to POYI. This is our first panel of the gathering, and I'd like to introduce Shauna Cunningham and ask her to come up. And Shauna will be our moderator for the panel, and she is the director of the Native Student Center on campus, and has her master's in English as well. And I'm very happy that she's agreed to moderate our panel, as she often is invited to be speaking on Aboriginal literature around Calgary. So please welcome Shauna.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, and welcome, and thank you. Welcome to the University of Calgary, and we are on the traditional lands of the Treaty 7 people, so I thank them for having us here, and I thank all of you for being here today. I just wanted to get some business out of the way and to move the panel along. So I want to welcome everybody to the POYI Aboriginal Writers Gathering, which is the result of a partnership between the University of Calgary Department of English and the First Nations Student Association, who are currently hosting their Native Awareness Week. So this is all part of the celebration of Native Awareness Week. Professors and community members have been a part of the committee that has set up this panel, and the gathering is largely the result of student efforts. So I commend all the students who are very busy and working towards finals for actually putting on such a wonderful event. The FNSA is hosting a variety of events throughout the week, so you're welcome to attend any of those events. Their schedule's available at the Native Center if you'd like to see what else is happening across campus. I'd like to thank the sponsors of this event. They are Canada Council for the Arts, Enbridge, Petro-Canada, Talisman Energy, Freehand Books, the Department of English, the Faculty of Humanities, the International Indigenous Studies Program, the Glenbow Museum, the Inawakan Writing Center, the Native Center at the University of Calgary, and the Student Success and Learning Support Center at the University of Calgary. So welcome everybody. You are at a panel that has brought together a broad breadth of Aboriginal talent in the writing community from across Canada. They'll be discussing how far we've come as Aboriginal writers in Canada and how far we have to go, which is a really broad topic. Each writer will be speaking and addressing different questions about Aboriginal writing in Canada, and they will each talk for about 10 minutes openly on the subject, and then we're going to open it up to questions and answers from the audience. So this is your opportunity to get a sense of what's going on from people who are actually involved in writing, publishing, speaking, and readings. So I'm going to introduce the panel members, and they are Marie-Anne Hart-Baker. Welcome. Marie-Anne Hart-Baker is a member of the Anishinaabeg, Saskatchewan First Nation. She's a storyteller, performance poet, a disability activist, and a senior actor, playwright, organizer for the Nokomis Storytelling Theatre Project. Through her numerous books of poetry, which include Being on the Moon, Coyote Columbus Cafe, Exercises in Lip Pointing, An Old Indian Trick is to Laugh, and Coyote Trail, she explores contemporary urban Native experience and is playing a lead role in mapping the terrain for the next wave of Canadian feminism. So welcome to Marie-Anne Hart-Baker. That's impressive.
It's that word feminism.
I didn't put it in. Sorry.
Don't identify.
I'd also like to welcome Marilyn Dumont. And Marilyn is an old friend of mine. We used to work together at the University of Alberta, the Native Student Service Center. We see each other about once every 5 years, and Marilyn doesn't change. And she's a wonderful writer, strong Métis activist. Marilyn is a Métis poet whose first collection, A Really Good Brown Girl, won the Gerald Lampert Award for Best First Book of Canadian Poetry. Her second collection is Green Girl Dreams Mountains, won both the 2001 Alberta Book Award for Poetry, and her third collection, That Tongue of Belonging, was awarded the 2007 Anscook Aboriginal Poetry Book of the Year. Marilyn has been the writer-in-residence at various universities and colleges, including the University of Alberta, University of Windsor, Grant MacEwan College, and Massey College in Toronto. She also teaches creative writing for Athabasca University. So very accomplished. Welcome, Marilyn. We also have Armand Garnett Rufo. And Armand Garnett is a Ojibwe from Fox Creek First Nations.
Fox Lake.
Fox Lake, I'm sorry. And is the
By way
author.
of Bisco Tasty.
He's the author. He's the author of Grey Owl, The Mystery of Archie Bellini, and At Geronimo's Grave, winner of the 2002 Archibald Lampert Award for Poetry. Lampman, sorry. He's also published a collection of essays, Dressing Our Words, co-written the entry of Aboriginal literature for the Cambridge History of Canadian Literature, and a feature film production of his CBC award-winning play, A Wendigo or Wendigo Tale. Rufo's poetry has appeared in numerous anthologies, so welcome. Welcome. And we also have Louise Halfe. Louise, who was here 6 months ago for the Writers' Symposium as well. She thought it was 2 years ago, but it was 6 months ago. Louise Bernice Halfe is her Cree name is Sky Dancer, and she was raised on the Saddle Lake First Nations Reserve in northern Alberta. She went to the Blue Quails Residential School for a period of 6 years. She is the author of 3 collections of poetry published by Cocteau Books: Bare Bones and Feathers, Blue Marrow, and The Crooked Good. She is a survivor of the Blue Quills Residential School in St. Paul, Alberta, and Saskatchewan's first poet laureate for 2005-2006. So welcome to Louise as well.